points or paragraphs? Okay, that's a specific kind of question. Now, see, I think should be a mix of both. I wouldn't say that, I see something that worked out really well for me, and I think you will understand my perspective a little better, is that I always focused on paragraphs. Okay, I focused on paragraphs because my background is such, right? So despite the fact that I have been in a technical sort of a student, okay, I had also done a lot of social sciences and humanities and literature kind of subjects in my university. So at that particular time period, we have written and written and written, okay, not handwritten, but there are like submissions after submissions in which we have written quite a bit. I feel like my flow when it comes to paragraphing is much better when it compares to somebody else. At the same time, when it comes to point form, while I can deliver that and execute that, I feel like I'm not able to give that meaning as well. Okay, so I have to sort of like, choose some sort of a balance. For me, the balance veered a little more towards paragraphing. Now, the thing is, I don't believe that many of you guys are very good at paragraphing, okay, as opposed to when it comes to points. You have that ability to deliver within less number of words, okay, within less number of words, you're able to still convey that particular idea. Okay, but when it comes to a paragraph, generally a paragraph is like based on size for you and not necessarily an idea. A paragraph ke liye, every paragraph should have a major idea. And paragraph construction ke liye also, there are many things that should go in. So for instance, the first part of the paragraph is supposed to be a topic sentence, meaning if I read the very first sentence of your paragraph, I should understand what is the point that you're trying to make. Uske baad, you have to sort of elaborate and explain that, and then you have to substantiate that, and then link back with a transition, or to link back to the main sort of a question, and then you move on to the next one. So ye sab agar hai, then your answers will have that flow. Okay, now you take a look at whether paragraphing is your strength or point wise is your strength. But I think a good sort of a mix. Sometimes if I have to say that, Lokur Commission has given, so and so different sort of these kind of ideas, these kind of like criteria to decide whether it is a scheduled tribe or should be given that scheduled tribe, whether it should be 366 and 342 wala article ka, related wala this thing. In that particular time period, it is always best to just go with your point wala this thing. Okay, so that would be that. But even there, I would actually just keep it to paragraphing. Okay, but again, I focused on my strengths. You ought to focus on your sort of strengths. Flowcharts, you use it in places where it does help. Okay, so for instance, let us say that, if you want to talk about how varnashrama, ashrama system, and artha, kama, dharma, moksha, rebirth, samsara, all of those things are interlinked. I think it is much easier to sort of give it in terms of a diagram. In case you want to show the sequence of evolution or something, you can go with a flowchart. So dekho ki kahan pe it is actually really adding value. Wahan pe go ahead and give your best in terms of flowchart. Okay, flowchart for the sake of flowchart may sometimes break your flow. So again, it really depends on your strength and weakness.